Hello everyone, this video session is about the topics in the subject Logic System Design for S3 Computer Science and Information Technology students. I am Jinsi J. Fernandez, Assistant Professor, Department of Computer Science and Engineering from Rajagiri School of Engineering and Technology. In this session, we will see how to simplify a product of sum form. Okay. In the previous session, we have already seen K-map or Kerner map to minimize the Boolean functions. So the minimized Boolean functions derived from the map were expressed in sum of products form. But when we do some minor modification on that, we can obtain the product of sum form also. The ones marked in the K-map represents all the minterms of the given Boolean function, and the squares marked with zeros represents minterms not included in the function. That means it denotes the complement of the function. Okay, so we can obtain the product of sums of the complement of a function if we mark empty squares with zeros and combine them into valid adjacent squares. Now we can see one example. The Boolean function is pi 0, 1, 3, 4, 7. We already know that sigma represents the minterms, that means sum of product minterms, and pi represents the terms in a product of sums form. So let the function f was defined as pi of 0, 1, 3, 4, 7. Since the largest number is 7, we need only 3 bits to represent the largest number. So our K-map size is 2 by 4. Here, instead of putting ones in the K-map, we need to put zeros. Okay, so the first term is 0. So we'll put a 0 in the square indicating 0. Second term is 1, so we'll put a 0 in the square indicating 1. Likewise, for 3, 4 and 7. Okay, the process is similar to the minterms simplification that we have seen already. But the difference is, instead of marking the squares with 1, in product of sum simplification, we mark the squares with zeros. Next, we can combine adjacent squares. Here, adjacent squares should have the value zeros. So let me combine these two. This is one group. This is another group. This is the third group. Okay, so now we have 3 groups in this. So what we obtain from this K-map will be the complement, because as I mentioned earlier, the values represented with zeros denote the complement. So what we obtain is F complement. And how can we write this? If this is the first group, we can write it as, since it covers the entire rows, the row variable is not included, and the column is 0, 0. That is B bar, C bar plus, okay, the second group. Second group comes in the row 0, so A bar, and the columns are 0, 0 and 0, 1. We take the non-changing variable, here it is 0. Okay. So we will write it as B bar plus the third group covers the entire row. So we take the columns, and the column is BC. So this is the complement we obtain, and we know that this is a sum of product form. Sum of product form. But what we need is product of sum form. So we can write the equivalent form by applying De Morgan's law. De Morgan's law is a plus b, the whole complement is a complement into b complement. Similarly, ab, the whole complement is a complement plus b complement. So here we have b complement, c complement. We can write it as b plus c, like the whole complement. B complement, C complement can be written as its equivalent form B plus C, the whole complement. Here we have applied De Morgan's law. Similarly, for the remaining terms, A complement, B complement can be written as A plus B, the whole complement. The third term is BC. It can be written as B complement plus C complement, the whole complement. This is the complement form. Okay, in order to get the function, we have to take complement of f dash. Complement of f dash. So that will be b plus c, the whole complement will be b plus c. Okay, here it will be multiplied as with the second term a plus b multiplied with b bar plus c bar. So this represents product of sum terms. Product of sum terms. This is how we can simplify a product of sum term. Next topic is don't care conditions or cannot happen states. The logical sums of the min terms associated with the Boolean function specifies the condition under which the function is equal to 1. The function is 0 for the rest of the min terms. These conditions assume that all the combinations of the values of the variables of the function are valid. But practically, in some applications, the function is not specified for certain combinations of the variables. So the functions that have unspecified outputs for some input combinations are called incompletely specified functions. So we call these unspecified min terms of the function as don't care conditions. And these don't care conditions can be used on the map to provide further simplification of the Boolean expression. So a don't care min term means it's a combination of variables whose logical value is not specified. And also, in order to distinguish the don't care conditions from ones and zeros, we use a special symbol x. So an x inside a square in the K-map indicates that we do not care whether the value of 0 or 1 is arranged or assigned to f for the particular min term. And when we simplify the function, we can choose to include each don't care min term with either ones or zeros depending on which combination gives the simplest expression. Consider one example, f equal sigma m 015 plus sigma d 47. Here d represents the don't care conditions. M represents the min terms. Okay, so there are three min terms 0, 1, 5 and two don't care conditions 4 and 7. So we can first note down the min terms in the K-map. The first min term is 0 and it is indicated in the square corresponding to that by 1. Second min term is 1, so we will put a 1 at the square 0, 0, 1. Then 4, 5. 5 means 1, 0, 1. Okay, so there are three min terms and we have put 3 ones in the corresponding squares. Second part of the function is don't care conditions, which is usually denoted by sigma d, and in the map we usually use x to denote that it is a don't care condition. And the terms are 4 and 7. So we have to put x in this specified terms. So 4 means 1 0 0. So I am putting an x here. Similarly for 7, putting an x here. Okay, as I mentioned earlier, when we simplify a function, we can include the don't care min terms with either ones or zeros. Since it's a sum of product form, we have ones. When we use don't care with product of sum form, it will combine with zeros. Okay, so we can group this. Here we have 3 ones, so I am grouping these 4 adjacent squares. Here for grouping the adjacent squares, I have included the don't care condition, because if we are not considering don't care condition here, we get two groups. This was one group and this were the second group. Okay, that means we get two terms in the minimized form also. That means if we use don't care conditions to group the adjacent squares, we get more simplified minimized Boolean function. So here I am grouping the 3 adjacent squares with one don't care condition, and what we get as the minimized Boolean expression is, since it covers, this group covers the entire row, we will not include the variable representing row. So we move to column variables. Column variables are 0, 0 and 1, 0. The non-changing variable is the second one. Sorry, it's not 1, 0. Here it is 0, 1. Okay, and the non-changing, let me rub this. 0, 0, 1, 0. The non-changing 0, 0, 0, 1. The non-changing variable is 0. 0 is indicated by B bar. Okay, so the simplified Boolean function is f equals B bar. If we didn't use the don't care for mapping or to group the adjacent squares, we may get two terms in the minimized Boolean expression. But with the use of don't care, we have again simplified it into a function with one term. That's all. Thank you.